Hi there. In this clip, I will discuss the difference between a confidence interval for an expected value and a prediction interval for a single observation in linear regression. To that end, I'm going to use a case study from forensic science. Forensic science is the application of science to criminal science law. Forensic science is popularized by television series such as CSI Miami. Many disciplines are involved in forensic science. Chemistry, physics, biology, but also statistics. This special branch of statistics is called forensic statistics. Forensic statistics is the application of probability models and statistical techniques to scientific evidence such as DNA evidence and the law. Results are used by juries or judges to draw inferences or conclusions in court. In this paper, Estimation of Stature from Static and Dynamic Footprints, in the journal Forensic Science International, the authors try to estimate a person's height or stature as accurately as possible from footprints. As you will probably intuitively grasp, there is a relation between somebody's stature and their footprints. Larger footprint lengths are likely to correspond to a larger stature. Probably the famous basketball player Michael Jordan has a larger footprint length than the soldier next to him on the chair. This is visualized in this scatter plot. On the x-axis we have length of people's footprints, and on the y-axis we have stature. You can see a clear trend in the data. So indeed, people with longer footprints tend to have a longer stature. We can model this relationship with simple linear regression. In the model, we try to predict stature while we use the length of a footprint as an explanatory variable. The simple linear regression model becomes stature is equal to the intercept beta 0 plus beta 1 times the length of a footprint plus a random error. In the scatter plot, the blue line is the estimated line. This line can be drawn with the estimated intercept and slope. From the blue line, estimates for mean stature and predictions for stature of a single individual, given the length of a footprint, can be read as demonstrated here for a footprint length of 23.1 centimeters. Of course, we want to know how accurate these estimates or predictions are. This can be done by calculating an interval. We can calculate two different kinds of intervals. Shown here in gray is the confidence interval for the population mean, formerly the expected value. For instance, the mean stature of all people with footprint length 23.1 centimeters. The more observations we have, the smaller this confidence interval will be. In this case, we see that the confidence interval for the expected value is pretty narrow. We can also calculate a so-called prediction interval for just an individual observation. However, the uncertainty is now much larger, since this is not about mean stature, but about stature for a single person. We have to account for the variation in stature around the mean between individuals with the same footprint length. This greater uncertainty is reflected by the much greater width of the prediction interval, as shown in red in this figure. Suppose we want to have a prediction of the stature belonging to a person whose footprint length is 23.1 centimeters. The predicted value, indicated by the blue dot, is the same as the expected value. We actually predict stature of a person with a footprint length of 23.1 centimeters by the mean stature of all people in the population with footprint length 23.1 centimeters. However, the uncertainty, indicated by the red arrow bar, is larger, since this is about a predicted value for a single person. Even when we can estimate the mean very accurately, an individual may have a stature considerably above or below this mean, implying that we have sizable prediction error anyway. Suppose that at a crime scene we find a footprint with length of 23.1 centimeters. In this case, we are looking for one individual only, So for the likely stature, we need to look at the prediction interval. The corresponding prediction interval for stature is from 1 meter 79 centimeters to 2 meters and 2 centimeters. So for the profile of the perpetrator, this individual's length is likely to be between 1 meter 79 centimeters and 2 meters and 2 centimeters. So this ends this clip, and I hope that the nature of a prediction interval and the difference with a confidence interval has become clearer.